Hello, Cancers. All right, Cancers, Cancers, Cancers. Let's get right into your reading. The moon is in your sign, Cancer. So, any areas of where your stomach area is, your womb area, any of that area could be affected. You want to protect that. Listening to sacral chakra music to flush out. Like to sacral chakra music, listen to a lot of water sounds, Cancer. When you go to sleep, the moon is in your sign, in other words. So you want to do things to nurture you. Talking to men and women. Men and women, what nurtures your spirit? What nurtures your spirit? Being connected to what nurtures your spirit. Let's get into it. Happy Women's Day to everyone. Let's get into it. Talking to men and women, Cancers. I will not wait for today to be good. I will make today a good day. That's why I talk about your moon sign so much, because your moon sign, your sun sign is just as important as your moon sign is just as important as your sun sign. So you want to make sure you're pouring into you. You want to make sure you are pouring into you. Cancers, you all rule fourth house, right? So fourth house is all about family, home life, sense of security, ancestry, self-care, traditions, inner emotions, maternal figures, pets, and so what feels like home for you? What feels nurturing? And so that's a good practice leading to this full moon that we're going to have on the same day as a total lunar eclipse, where you're going to be totally letting go of something, is to really like write a letter to yourself. It's like, what are the things that you can remember that felt most nurturing to you? Who, what, when, where, and why? Like, did it feel most nurturing to you? So let's get into your reading. Let's get right into your reading. Let's pull an angel number and let's see what's in your cards. Let's pull an angel number so we can see what's in your cards. Source is constantly in this year of 9 going to help people to break these karmic cycles within themselves. And so you really want to embrace it all, right? So you will not wait for today to be a good day. You will make today a good day. Just like every day, you're going to make it a good day. 818, infinity. Life is never ending loop. Life is a never ending loop. One cycle in your life is ending, but another is beginning. The shift can feel catastrophic, but it's the natural way of things. Be on the lookout for other signs coming your way. Your communication with your angels is strong right now. Draw another card with an intention of receiving guidance and your next step as to the current cycle ends and the next one begins. Another thing is beginning. Right? Yeah. So, another thing is beginning. So, don't do an injustice to yourselves by speaking chaos and confusion into the universe. Focus on what nurtures your spirit. Focus on what nurtures your spirit. There could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, that is just like never ending drama with somebody, right? And that's speaking to their lower selves. But sources saying, or they could have it somewhere in their birth chart, but sources saying something could just be never ending drama. And you could be the one that's caught in between two situations where it just seemed like it's just never ending drama with these energies, whoever they are. And so you definitely want to pull out the fire in you, right? You're a cardinal sign. So a lot of you all are prayer warriors and don't even realize it. So you want to be the person that spring forward and change. Your first house, Aries rules first house, the house of personality, temperament, appearance, self-image, first impressions, self-awareness, outlook on life, right? So somebody could be dealing with someone who has Aries in their birth chart, or you can notice somebody's stuck between two Aries, in terms of like a justice situation that's being done, an injustice that's somehow affecting you, right? Because they have low self-esteem. They could have low self-esteem and you could be like, okay, take some kind of action, do something. But for them, your action is to pray for them. So let's get into it. Your action is to pray for them. Yeah. So you're not going to wait for today to be a good day. You're going to make it a good day. But you're coming up against are energies who have something unresolved in their spirit about you. This is this 8 right here, the karmics. They have something unresolved in their spirit about you, Cancer. And so they got somebody smashed in between, telling them to make a decision. Is it them or you? And the energies just want to run away from them and get to you and your nurturing spirit. And so I say, but you can't force anybody to do anything because you'd be just as bad as the karmics. So you need to stay focused. All right, let's get into it. I've already prayed over your cards. Let's do it. This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can go to my website, QueenAmunRa.com. Go to my website and schedule your appointment. Let's get into it. So you're not waiting for today to be a good day. These energies have assassinated your character, but they talk about everybody behind their back. But you're only focused on going where you're appreciated and not where you're tolerated. So Source is saying to you, these energies are trying to assassinate your character is not going to stop you from getting to North Node. They can talk about you all day long because they're really talking about themselves. You've already closed out a cycle. You've already closed out a cycle. And you're seeing things from a higher frequency. Those energies are stuck. They are stuck possibly in their 7th house. They're probably stuck in their 7th house, right? Doing an injustice to themselves. 7th house, Libra rules 7th house. And that's fair, indecisive, charming, romantic, balance of harmony. Some of these energies that hate the fact that you're free and you've moved on have to assassinate your character behind your back, Cancer, because some of them are in horrible relationships. Love relationships. Remember, Venus, which rules Libra in Taurus, is currently retrograde. So if you slow down and you say, okay, I definitely don't want to mirror that energy. So some of you all are single. Some of you all are not rushing into marriage. Some of you all are not rushing to start families. Some of you all are not rushing to be a part of certain things. You're very comfortable in your hermit crab mode, right? Crab shell. So those energies assassinate people's characters behind their back because they're hoping somebody is going to believe what they're saying. And Source is saying to you, you're not indecisive about not wanting their lifestyle. In other words, so whoever they are, you're seeing something from a higher frequency. They want you to have a temper about it, but you've already resolved something in your spirit. So that's all they can do is talk about you behind your back because they don't have access to your face. Look, and guess what? Source is enlarging your territory. See how this person has a firm foot here and they're about to take a leap of faith? That's expansion. So get ready for expansion. It's not, I'm telling y'all, these energies right here, they still communicate like kids. They still stuck in the 3rd house. They still are stuck. Sources like your like I said, your house, your sign, your zodiac sign rules 4th house, right? And so you not talking to people who see you as competition is actually an automatic win. But what Source is trying to help you to learn how to do is detach from those energies when you hear them talking about other people behind their backs. That's what Source is trying to tell you. You're not sitting there trying to find out what we have in common. Oh, we got kids around the same age in common. So, yeah, that's just how kids are. Yeah, they can be narcissistic. And you sitting there being roped into somebody else's karmic cycle that won't do the energy work. Let alone apologize for, okay, they're being in human form. You're sitting there listening to that chaos instead of, like I said, you taking charge. Source is trying to put you in a leadership position. Yeah. Somebody's talking about somebody's not a good mother. They a bad mother. You'll never be a mother. All of this craziness that somebody is sitting there just listening to. And so guess what? When you decide to move on, Source is saying, guess what? They're going to assassinate your character too. But guess what? Just like the energies they're talking about, expansion, expansion, expansion. They're expanding their brand. They're expanding their business. They're expanding healthy relationships with people. These energies, they're fueled by lies, just like sprinkling gasoline on lies. And Source is saying, when you're at a crossroad, you got to see something from a higher frequency. It's messing you up. So you need to stay focused. Just like other people had to get away from all their lies, Source is saying you need to get yourself on a boat and get as far, not, literally get on a boat, just figuratively speaking. Spiritually, your spirit needs to get as far away from them as possible. Somebody's talking about that somebody's kids don't want to talk to them, don't want to be bothered. That's a lie. Their kids probably calling them and they just don't know it because they're familiar spirits. Kids probably talk to them on a regular basis. They don't know it because they have a sacred relationship, a sacred bond with their kids. Anybody that's out here First of all, nobody can replace your parents. That's first and foremost. They can replace your grandparents, can replace whatever, right? So because familiar spirits thrive off of drama, sources saying if you're sitting there listening to that mess, they are roping you into their karma. You sitting there listening to all of that. Their kid, if you're sitting there talking to another mother or another nurturer, man, woman, or whatever, and they talking about their own kids, talking about their parents in a negative way without praying for people, sources saying they are roping you into their karma. There's no such thing as a perfect human being. Their kids or their parents may have already forgiven them, and if you're sitting there listening to that, instead of saying, you know what, this doesn't really nurture my spirit, and Source is trying to put you in a position of saying, have you prayed about it to Source as much as you're telling me about? Because I'm not your Source. I don't have all the answers, but Source does, right? So that's what Source is trying to help somebody learn how to, like, some energies, they don't have a problem dumping everything onto you all. Yeah, they gossiping about whether their kids in a same-sex relationship and people's kids don't feel safe around. People don't feel safe around gossipers. So Source is saying you're trying to be in harmonious relationships, and that is not harmonious. That is not harmonious. So somebody is slammed in between two karmics that have an issue with you, and all they're doing is bringing karma back onto themselves because they're so busy talking about who's sleeping with whom and who's this and that, except somehow they haven't dealt with something within their spirit. They haven't dealt with something in their spirit and trying to drag you into something, right? So yeah. And so somebody could be trying to be patient with these energies. Taurus rules the first house. The second house. Taurus rules the second house, which is a house of personal resources, money, habits, possessions, values, financial security, self-worth, and income. Somebody just like you have moved on from these energies. Sources like somebody who is slammed between them don't even realize the very energies that's giving them possessions and money and letting them use their car is the reason why they took the car away from them. They took the houses away from them, messed up their credit, the whole 9 yards, because again, you're dealing with very immature teenage spirits. Yeah. And they say everybody running away from something. Oh, they just running away from an argument. Why won't they just stand? Who in the world when Source fights your battles? So yeah. That's why they're in hermit mode. They saying the same thing about you. People thrive in hermit mode. That's why they don't come out, because they running away from this and running away from that. Familiar spirits don't even really know you and don't know other people either. That's why they're called familiar spirits. They're trying to project who they are onto other people. They need to get out the house more. They don't know what people need. Source is saying that's why people don't talk to them, because they are familiar spirits. I heard this very powerful spiritual leader talk about how his father said because he had some kind of a disease in the family that the son was going to inherit the same disease, but the son is a pastor or bishop, or I don't know what his office, his title is, but he's a spiritual leader. And he said, no, Dad, I'm not going to inherit that. I'm not going to inherit that. That's a familiar spirit. Somebody who is family, do you consider as family, who is basically trying to project something that they haven't resolved in their spirit onto you. And you sitting there listening to that is contaminating you. Your ear gate and eye gate, and that vibration of sound is rippling through the water in your spirit. So it's like literally sitting there drinking poison, for real. Literally sitting there drinking poison. So Source is saying any of those conversations is really blocking your heart chakra, right? They're karmics. They are karmic. All they do is talk about people behind their back. And Source is saying to you, you're sitting there listening to that, the conversation needs to end immediately. Needs to end immediately. There's your psychic abilities right there. And you got the physical existence of something. The physical existence of something. Somebody hasn't resolved their sexuality in their spirit, so they make up all kinds of lies about other people because they haven't resolved something in their spirit. Then it is. So if you are in a part of the LGBTQIA plus community, or you are an ally, maybe you're not interested, whatever. And there's also A of the LBGTQIA, asexual. Some people are not interested in whatever. They have no problem being celibate because they're not interested. And so they find something wrong with everything and everybody because they have not resolved something in their own spirit about something in their childhood. Either their parents were a same-sex relationship or something going on in the family that they haven't resolved something that's going on that they could have been bullied for, but they are karmics. So you're about to receive some money because you're going to get as far away. You're not giving any more energy to these energies. They haven't resolved something in their spirit, so they live in secret. They have these secret relationships with people because they're too afraid that, okay, if something comes out, then, oh my God, people are going to judge me. But hello, we're in 2025. They cover it up with marriage. Here we have the Ace of Swords. So you'll be cutting ties with some energies. Sometimes people get married several times until they realize, okay, they could be asexual. Everybody's not trying to be with someone else. Some people are just, they can't. I heard, what was the actress the other day said something about somebody said she couldn't keep a man. It was Halle Berry. She put it out on social media. She's like, people were teasing her saying that she couldn't keep a man. She said, well, what makes people think that, y'all, it's floating around social media. Everybody, whether you date somebody outside your race, the same sex, it's just very discriminatory. In other words, someone who has a disability. I've seen people tease people online like, oh, that person must have a lot of money. Why would they choose so and so? That is what familiar spirits do. All they do is judge people. And so it's saying that you staying connected to that is contaminating your water as a water sign. It's contaminating your water. So you got money coming across your path. But first, source is saying you're going to have to cut these energies off. The energy of money is so attracted to you, it's not even funny. It's somebody was married to a very bullying sign who swears up and down. Y'all are just not on the same frequency. Yeah, they're very patient with energy, very generous with their time, but it's what they're generous with. They give a lot of patience to a bunch of hurt and just holding on to something. So it's just saying to you, yeah. They don't know their worth, but you do. That's why money is coming across your path. It's two energies. They will carry a secret to their grave, holding on to something. But their actions are speaking louder than their words because they cannot stop themselves from talking about people in their families. They can't stop themselves. They are obsessively, physically, geographically relocating to where people are. The same energies that they are talking about behind their back, they are physically relocating to where these people are. Somebody moved to the moon. Guess what? What's closest to the moon? They're gonna move somewhere closest to the moon. It's just craziness. So that's what Source is trying to tell you is, yeah. In their mind, they're basically saying, I believe that this is my soulmate. They're obsessed. That is not a soulmate. They are obsessed. So these energies, like I said, like to team up. It's the way they go about hurting people. When they feel like this is my soulmate, I feel like we should be together. It's what they do to hurt people that they say that they love. So if a person has been in a same-sex relationship or they were with somebody who was disabled or they dated somebody from a different race, culture, background, or whatever, they're so busy hurting these energies that they love that they cannot see that there's not a snowball's chance in hell that they would ever reconnect with somebody. And Source is saying that's not the team that you're on. That is not the team that you're on. These energies can't even stand up to their own family members. So no, that's not the team you're on. You're a light high priestess. These energies right here live in secret. They record conversations to go play back to the group of people that they're around. The toxicity, this person, okay, I thought it was a lie that they were living a different lifestyle. The person living their life out and free, out and clear and free. And they bring it back to a coven of energies that sit there with, this is what I recorded. Sneaky. Sources saying that's how they live their entire lives, is in secret. So source is saying there's a Pisces, there's a Virgo involved in something. Somebody's mother's involved in something. There's an organization involved, and they're attacking like high priestess. Yeah. So they spend 8 hours a day on a team, building a team. And so source is saying, but what's happening here, we got 3 and 8, is they're constantly watching and talking about energies because they're trying to find a way to add to their money, because they don't know their own worth, right? And their worth, their value. This we're talking about Venus, the goddess of love, pleasure, art, music, and aesthetics. Venus also is currently retrograde, by the way, but Venus also talks about self-worth. It's the planet of self-worth as well. If these energies knew their worth and their value like you knew your worth and their value, and they're moving towards 10th house, that's their life purpose, it's going to be like the bank opened for them. Like literally somebody gave them the key to their own vault and they stepped right through their own vault. So there's no way in the world somebody could say, oh, I love somebody, I'm attracted to somebody, but just doing the absolute most of getting physical evidence to harm somebody who is in their north node. So source is saying you're waking up to who is being sacrificed. These energies, I'm telling y'all, they would sacrifice their kids. If their kids could be working a job that they worked hard to get, they will hurry up and move that, because they're so obsessed with somebody that they hate. They will pack up and move and won't care if the child has ruined a relationship, just narcissistic. Source is saying to you, listen, you're waking up. You're waking up. Because these energies have talked about you and somebody else about what y'all do behind closed doors. That is what you have in common with these energies. They're constantly looking for a quick payday. They're karmics. And you're fortunate that you are a Cancer. You are a human lie detector, and you're waking up to some things. So that's what you feel fortunate for, that you can also pray for these energies. Yeah, you're praying for these energies who do a lot of stuff in secret. They got everybody else's secrets. They know everybody else supposedly secrets. You, your spouse, your romantic interests, everybody else's secrets they know. But somehow they're still doing stuff in the dark themselves. Trying to overwhelm other people, right? Getting people's kids, lying to people's kids in their ear, talking about we got pictures, we got this. They sit around like they detectives, investigating everything, but won't investigate their north node and find out if they're in the right job. Bare minimum. So source is saying to you, you are getting away from these shady teenage acting energies so you can live your best life on purpose and thrive. Light high priestess, that's what you're going towards. Being a part of light high priestess energy, not dark high priestess energies who they stuck in the dark. Stuck in the dark. So you're trying to stay focused and not talk to those energies. When that phone rings, you just like, I'm gonna let it go to voicemail. I don't want to be a part of that. That's how you saving yourself. You're like, I don't even want to be a part of that. And so source is gonna make sure I don't want to be a part of this energy. They constantly trying to restrict people. We were just gathering evidence so we can. They say one thing, we're gonna come up against somebody who's operating in North Node. No weapon formed against you or anybody that's operating in their North Node shall prosper. So you can go ahead and get some rest. You can go ahead and get your rest. And pour into you. Pour into your spiritual gifts. Somebody has psychic abilities. And there's too many different psychic abilities. These energies have been trying to restrict people. It's like they have a God complex. And whoever they are, they could be your significant other's family. They could be anybody that's waiting for you to trip up, waiting for you to say or do something where they can come in, oh, we got to go sue that person. They live in the courts, suing people, wanting money all the time. So it's just saying, listen, child, they've been going back and forth to court for so long, you would think that by now they have a judgeship or an attorney. They would be one. They would have finished law school. That's what they just live in that. Just going back and forth and back and forth. Just chaos and confusion. Chaos and confusion. But here's the thing that Source really wants you to emphasize, Cancer, is the mother and the money sign of the zodiac. This is the power that you all have as Cancers ruling fourth house. is that you can teach people how beautiful it is to be able to be with self in hermit mode. Like to really get the downloads and process while they cooking, while they cleaning up the house, just being in hermit mode, and how much they can create in hermit mode and heal in hermit mode. These energies cannot rest. They cannot rest unless they create some kind of chaos and confusion in course. This 8 right here connects us with justice. So start your abundance planning. Justice is in your favor with 2 energies. 2 energies feel like, okay, you won something in court. You beat them in court in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And they, to the death of them, for real, obsession is going to get you back. But guess what? It's not just you. It's anybody that's connected to you. Anybody that's connected to you. That's how they... Yeah, you are good enough. We're going to have a full moon in Virgo. But you're about to cut some energies off. It's the same day as the lunar eclipse. They cannot rest because they haven't resolved something in their spirit. So do your abundance planning. Your abundance planning. You're dealing with some earth signs. That's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn possibly. Because Capricorn is your polarity sign. You're dealing with some earth signs who are really, really trying to cut somebody's money significantly. Yours and somebody's money significantly, because that is what they value, whoever these energies are. And obviously we're not talking about all earth signs, because you have very high vibrational earth signs that you get along with very well. We're just talking about this, a particular group attached to an organization that is always trying to mess up people's money. So know your worth and know your value, and stop answering the phone with these energies. Stop hanging out with these energies. You have been worthy to belong to love all along without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. You are love itself. These energies, the way that they even approach love is, because speaking of Venus, that's what I'm talking about, love. The way they approach even love is when they find out they jumped to conclusions and was wrong about somebody, the way they come back is the wrong way. Everything with them is done sneaky and in secret. They never tell people what they really up to. If you have a platform in any way, shape, form, or fashion, source is saying to you, it's always something with them. You always got to find out what was done behind your back in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Let's say you have a storefront. You just open up your storefront, and the energy wants to go into business with you in some kind of way. You have to be so meticulous and detailed, and just seeing, asking questions and asking like what, their relationship with money. They won't tell you that they could be in like massive debt with something because they haven't resolved something in their spirit around, I gotta show my worth in what I'm wearing. They won't tell you those things. So they're telling you that it's a snowball effect. They skimming off the top, copying this, copying that, seeing you as competition, taking money, cutting your money down significantly. Source is saying, because they're not telling you something. You go into business with these type of energies, next thing you know, you're wondering why your money is cut. Helping hand. So I see a helping hand coming. No one can handle it all. You got a lot of money you got big money coming in. You have big money coming in, Cancers. And so source is saying to you, but you don't want to team up with energies who have kept you in the dark about something for so long. When you finally find out what the heck, oh my God. Source is saying to you, they're going to accuse you of running away from them after all they've done, how much they've invested in you, and as if nobody else on the planet has invested in. We're all here to help each other. They don't know it's almost like you inherited all these gifts from loved ones. This could be in your pastor, your priest, your rabbi, your teacher in school, your guidance counselor, your mom, your dad, the next door neighbor. All of remember how a crab moves, it doesn't move in a straight line. So you got experience here, you picked up something here, and here. Went back into your hermit mode. There's nothing new under the sun. We know that. But your ancestors also deposited psychic abilities into you, right? They also, and you have a lot of different psychic gifts. This is what we're talking about. You pick up on things so clearly and so well in hermit mode. It's not even funny. But what's different between you and them, whoever these energies are, is that they knowing that your ancestors have already paid the price, they are openly showing that they can be bought by anything. This would be like a sibling of yours. As soon as somebody come with more money, they will hurry up and betray. They already fall on their own sword. They'll hurry up and betray you because the price that was set. Yeah, duality, right? So duality. So Source is saying, don't lose your vigilance. Do not forget about the dual nature of people. Yeah, it's just that, like I said, your ancestors have already paid the price. These are the same energies that say Source paid the price for them to be where they are. But they'll betray that in a heartbeat. And then say, because you're watching tarot, you're demonic. Source is saying, listen, you don't answer to them in any way, shape, form, or fashion. You got fast changes coming, so take bold steps forward. Things happen suddenly in a short period and in a hurry. I'm telling y'all, you got a lot of money coming across your path. These energies who have assassinated behind your back, Source and other people behind their back, it was actually a gift from Source to clean house so that you can see who was whom. That was it. That was it. Thank Source for it all. You don't have anything negative to even say about them other than, okay, you out here hashtag winning. So don't spend everything at once. You got big money trying to come across your path, but nothing is coming till you completely sever ties with these energies. Block, no answering of calls, nothing. You got opportunities coming across your path, left and right. So, Source is saying you're making peace with whatever you left behind. You've already made peace with whatever you left behind. As soon as you start getting to your North Node, some energies, they could not stop themselves from following you wherever you went. Because that's what they follow is the money. That's it. They know that you know your worth and your value. So they got to create a bunch of lies to people that you've inspired and that you've motivated, Cancers. Wake up. Y'all know how the game goes. Remember, y'all are human lie detectors. So you're even picking up on the lies that were told about you to a younger generation about you. You even pick up on those lies out of the mouth of babes. They don't want to be smashed between these karmics that have such an issue with you but want to make money off of you. Like what? They don't make it make sense. You can't even make it make sense. So yeah, don't give up. It's okay that things don't always feel easy and effortless. Some of the best moments in life during and after hard times. Keep believing. So you're receiving a lot. You're receiving it all. You deserve to receive abundance at full capacity. Believe in your worth and trust that the universe is ready to deliver all that you desire. And you're not hiding from anything. I keep trying to tell people, Cancers are hermits. If your sun or moon sign is Cancer, you are a hermit. You really thrive in hermit mode. This let me know that a lot of people who say they love you really don't even know you. But they're too arrogant to even admit, gosh, I didn't know that about them. They're looking at one cookie cutter way of how people should be, and they're looking at themselves. That's what makes them think that they're your God. They don't even know you. So dare to dream big. Remind yourself that everything is possible. Don't hide your talents and abilities and use them to build your world. They don't even know you. Even if some of you all have big houses, some of these same energies, they're so money hungry, and so they will slip and fall in your house and then turn around and sue you for insurance on your home. Some of these energies, if you were to get into a car accident, even if it wasn't your fault, they would still sue your insurance company just because they could. Because that's all they follow is the money. So you have to know your worth. You know. And they are money too. Money is a form of energy. Because they don't know their worth, they follow the money. That's that. That's on that. So time to act. You don't have to know everything in advance. Take the first steps and watch it all unfold. You can deal with whatever your path reveals. You are ready to ascend higher. See this person going upstairs? You're ready to ascend higher. So the pause is the shift. Your past is now behind you. All you desire is right in front of you. Pause to reconnect with your power and follow the pull of your destiny, not them pulling you back down to a lower frequency, pulling on your energy. Yeah, come on, y'all. Y'all know how this works. Source is about to do. You talking about winning big? You got big money coming across your path, and you're not looking at them for the money. Source is the one that's giving you the money. I'm telling y'all, so many ideas have come to you all. That's why Source said, get your rest. You don't even have to overthink. Some of y'all have been so traumatized about how these energies threaten to have this person restricted, locked up, this, that, anything, because they chained to their demons. Source is saying to you, but they said the same thing about you and somebody else. Go ahead and get your rest. Go ahead and get your rest. You're divinely protected. Life is just a never-ending loop. These energies are always threatening somebody to do this and do that like they're God, except they're sending out their own energy that's coming back to them.